Listen, I was skeptical of this event too. Aside from the fact that the cubes are cute, I didn't really know what to expect, nor was I that impressed. To be fair, I didn't have any expectations, but it definitely wasn't running around with chibi cube versions of resonators that had the ability to summon dragons, drop nuclear explosions, and materialize giant anchors. That is a healer, right? What? Point is, while my expectations were non-existent, the reveal of the event didn't really entice me or pull me forward to play it. But you know what? Never judge a book by its cover. Anniversary came and I finally decided to give it a try. 3 days later, because Spectrum is the worst internet provider of all time, but that's besides the point. And you know what? This shit, fun as hell. Now, I'm not gonna act like it was all sunshine and roses. The beginning was slow and the goofy Mickey Mouse storyline was whatever. You see, I know people didn't really vibe with the cutesy vibe of the event, saying it's something that feels too detached with what Wuthering Waves is, and while Renacida has been nothing short of incredible, it definitely was testing people's limits with its lenience towards fantasy and Wonderland, instead of the dark, desolate, and war-torn vibe of Huanglong, which people also complained about. But you know what? If you're not making someone on Twitter upset, you're probably not doing it right. But when you start getting deeper into the event and start getting into the real meat of it, oh man, is this shit fun. See, the main gimmick is that with your team, you could equip the cube version of the resonators as their echoes. Their abilities usually correlate to what their actual kid is capable of. Jinxie firing out her dragon barf laser, Camellia doing her best Wheel of Fortune impression, Changli having literal zoomies, Shorekeeper having her domain expansion, and
Yo! Are we sure this guy's a healer?
But that's not all. Leveling up these echoes allow you to add mods to them, enhancing their abilities by increasing their skill range, their skill duration, the number of projectiles they shoot out. You get the idea. But at certain levels, you're able to add character mods, which let you enhance their abilities by giving them the abilities of other characters. And man, the combinations are fucking comedic and chaotic in the best ways possible. You'd have Camellia spinning out Mach 7 while spinning out Jinxie's lasers. You'd have Cartethia spitting out a storm of swords. That surely isn't a spoiler for Cartethia's kit. While Phoebe does her rave of divine punishment while summoning Shorekeeper's domain expansion. And it just gets crazier from there. With 12 selectable echoes with a ton of combinations, you can challenge up to 21 dungeons, with multiple rooms, taking out hordes of enemies. With a timer, of course, Gotcha's favorite challenge mechanic. And open chests to get even more mods for the echoes, which can increase a variety of stats and increase specific aspects of your echo. Each character has a specific trait that further enhances their abilities. So what you want to try and do is match those traits to create the most effective death machine in your arsenal. And man, is it fun. No, seriously, this is like akin to a true roguelike. Think of Risk of Rain and the insane combinations you could come up with that has you running around like an anime character on Fent. While not on the same level, you could seriously do insane stuff. And when you're playing with friends, yeah, I hope you either turn off the Ally VFX setting or have a supercomputer, because why am I in literal Armageddon? And there's actually a little more depth to it than you might think. See, once you get to the later stages, things start to get really tanky. Like stupid tanky. You realize that just slapping an echo on any character isn't the best idea. See, the echoes not only have their own stats through the mods, but they actually utilize your stats as well. If you have Spectro damage, the Jinxie echo will do a hell of a lot more damage. If you have Havoc, Rochia does more, and so on and so forth. Oh, did I also mention that the stats you put on via the mods are utilized by your characters as well? While your resonators aren't going to be the main damage source, stats such as HP works wonders on units like Shorekeeper and Baiji, making the amount of healing you do a little excessive. Don't be fooled though, stage 21, if you aren't prepared, will kick your ass. So there you go, a little something for the tryhards. And if you're having trouble soloing stage 21, use Jinxie's Echo as your main damage echo, and use Rochia's Echo with her Awakening mod to shred their defense by 30%. You're welcome. I don't think you understand how much I love that this anniversary is a co-op event as well. With how people have been feeling excluded during the celebration, being able to join up with random people or your friends and just tackle these stages, which do get pretty hard later on, is a fun way to remember that this is a time to enjoy everything we've done in the past year. Also, this is one step closer to my dream of them implementing co-op instant dungeons that you could challenge solo or with friends. Please, Kuro, cook this up, please. Side note, this song banger. I think it's a new track specifically for this event, but man, is it just a nice little upbeat song to listen to while figuring out how I want to mutilate those tasks in Discord. The story is just cookie cutter Mickey Mouse shit, but I was never expecting some super serious plot that dealt with existential crisis. It's a lighthearted story with some silly moments, meta commentary, and a fun cutscene that really feels like something you'd see at the end of a season 1 of an anime. Like, come on, look at the two mommies talking. Look at Pero and Rochia being cute. Look at Jinsei dance with 2 left feet.
Look at my king, my goat, the man, the myth, the legend, doing his job because the grind never stops.
And look at Calcharo being part of a mariachi band. And to say that this event is slop and takes no effort when every single one of these art pieces were made and some, despite being hella detailed, only have like 0.5 seconds of appearance, is a honestly crazy work and D1 hating. But you know what? I can respect that. All the doom and gloom and seriousness is what the main story is for. And while I know people have strong feelings regarding the direction of the story, man, chill out. Listen, this last year of WuWa has been a year of trial of tribulation. But every time we have had our downs, we had our ups as well. With the rough launch of WuWa with numerous bugs, crashes, and performance issues, we were compensated with insane rewards and transparent communication. We moved on to 1.1 and got incredible improvements overall to both presentation and story. 1.2, though was pretty slow, gave us a free Shang-Liao alongside a pretty cool story surrounding his character. 1.3 was the patch that really showed Kuro Games is taking this and us seriously. 1.4 was kinda dead, though it did introduce one of the most anticipated characters in the game. And 2.0, well, listen, we all know how transformative 2.0 was, and all along, WuWa players have been fighting, sometimes a little too hard, for the respect that the game deserved. Are there still issues? Yeah, of course, it's a gacha game. You can have your opinions, but man, take a break for like 5 days. Play the event, look at the cute cubes, have some genuine chaotic fun with the event, and then go back to doing whatever you were doing. I feel like with everything surrounding this anniversary, people are just lumping everything into one category. Do I have an issue with the night market? Me personally? No, because it's just an add-on incentive to doing the shit you were already planning on doing. And as someone who's played a decent amount of MMOs and has had to deal with this company, I'm used to it. But I see people's complaints and I agree it has flaws. Do I care about the second pulls being locked and it being the second event on the list? Yeah. I think it's stupid that they just have those rewards there that you can't claim and have it being the second option as soon as you open the event page when you could just not do that. And while I get the argument that you could get them 3 hours before Zani goes away, you also have to realize that people have a life outside of Wuthering Waves. I think the rewards are good, but I see why people still have an issue with the overwhelming number of banners. In the board game event, man, I can't believe y'all are fucking complaining about this. It's a fucking board game with free shit. I literally could care less. None of this, however, is going to make me enjoy this cube event any less. With all the sweatiness behind doing holograms, soloing them, figuring out perfect Zani quick swap mechanics. Fuck it, figuring out perfect quick swap mechanics for like every character in the game damn near. I'd like an event to be mindless fun. Which, by the way, by stage 16, if you wish to try hard, start doing the rest of the stages solo. Trust me, it's not as easy and dumb as you think it is. Can this event be improved? Probably, but I also don't think I'd want this to be a main event for the next Annie either. It's fun, and I do believe it's going to be a permanent event, but I do want them to cook something different for the next anniversary. This event is harmless, it gives decent rewards, is a fun time solo or with friends, and honestly is going to be a highlight for me personally. I'm not saying to let go of all your gripes, but come on. Let's set the pitchforks down, celebrate what we do have, then you could go back to complaining and wanting more. That is what the survey is for after all. And I feel like people are forgetting that the point of playing a game is to have fun. So if you're not having fun, don't play it. But also don't rain on everyone else's parade. Not liking it is one thing, and expressing that opinion in a constructive way is cool. Calling it shit and saying the whole event is shit and calling people shit for enjoying it is not constructive. So yeah, a fun event where you can see some goofy shit, a cute little story that's like an episode off of a cartoon, a genuinely heartwarming cutscene that shows us all the characters we met along the way, and the journeys we've been on. And just a good time to remind myself, Man, this game is so fun when I don't have someone in my ear telling me it's shit.